It definitely frustrates me that this is even like a incident here. It shouldn't be. I mean, this individual and this individual, referring to Nelly and Snoop Dogg, right? These two guys have their own mind. They're allowed to have their own opinions in life. But I do understand at the same time, being within the community of Black Americans in the United States of America, that it is absolutely impossible for you not to vote Democrat and share the same ideology as the overall collective. And it's just like, listen, guys, don't you realize that this is not making things better? You realize it? You realize that every single city that is basically ran by a blue, Democrat is absolute trash, and you really don't want to be outside at nighttime. Like, you realize that in some of these places it's so full and riddled with criminality that the property values have absolutely plummeted. So you don't even ever want to actually invest in the areas in the first place. Like, you don't realize these things yet. It's getting a little obvious. No, you don't see that? But all right, okay, let's continue voting blue and, failing, I guess. But either way, name of the video is Must Be the Money. Nelly, Snoop to perform at Trump's inaugural festivities. Let's watch her hate, guys. Say suggestion via Discord. Let's jump into it, guys.
Snoop and Nelly are going to be at this thing. And I think it really does beg the question whether the culture is starting to thaw to Donald Trump. I mean, are they?
About time.
I don't think so. We definitely saw a lot of people, Sexy Red, others say, he sent me a check, so I'm good with him, the stimulus check. And I understand that there is that crew of people who are like, the stimmy check came, I like him now. Snoop and Nelly in particular are apolitical people and apolitical artists. Like, you see Snoop with Martha Stewart, he's like, I fly over, I want everyone to like me. I think this is more about capitalism than politics. Somebody said, Snoop, it's the crypto ball. We got $250 for you, or $150 for one night. Come do 10 songs, 6 songs, whatever. Yeah, I'm there, homie.
But
Nelly, the same thing.
There are a lot of rappers who have sided with Donald Trump for all kinds of. He pardoned several of them.
He was giving away pardons.
Yeah.
Do you notice the male aspect of things? Guys, listen, the Democrat Party lost men. There's no real value as a straight man. I don't care what skin color you have. I'm just trying to see the value of a straight man being a Democrat in 2025. What's in it for you, bro? Like, seriously, they hate you, bro. They hate you. They seriously hate you. They hate what you are. They hate what you're about. They hate your strength. They hate every single thing that makes you a man. And then they wonder why they have the man issue on the left. It's the craziest thing in the world here, guys. But notice the demographics, guys.
He's giving away pardons to people, and that's why they were endorsing
But
him.
I mean, what's going on there? What is it about these particular?
These are not the intellectuals of hip hop. These are not except for Kanye. These are typically not political people at all. Like I said, there's some. In the hood, there's this notion of he's tough, he gave us money, right? They're not.
That's also valid. That is a thing that I've heard a couple of times, but all right.
In the hood, there's this notion of he's tough, he gave us money, right? They're not.
I was reminded also, I mean, back in the 80s, Donald Trump was, at the boxing matches. He was with Don King. I mean, he was in a different place in the culture. He went into the 90s as the subject of rap songs. And just, Gail, I know you're not a rap expert, but
I am definitely
not a rap expert, but something happened in this election maybe where because of his victory, all the business people were like, you know what? Trump is no longer politically toxic. And some of these folks are making the exact same calculation on the music side as well.
They are doing exactly that. And it is an honor. It's an honor to be able to sing at an inauguration. It's an honor to be able to sing at one of the balls. It's an honor. I have a daughter who's a singer, and she was on American Idol, one of the finalists.
Yes, that's right. I remember that.
And she was asked to sing at a convention. And she lost so many friends and so many fans because she agreed to sing.
Wow. And we all know the people that she lost. We all know immediately their political ideology. And it's crazy. If it was a reverse way, it wouldn't happen.
I just think it's time for entertainers to get out of politics and entertain.
Well, they're getting into politics.
Wow. Shut up and dribble. Wow. I didn't think we were going to go there.
Yeah, whoever that guy is, I'm not a fan. I have no idea who he is, but I've heard him speak now for like the last 2 minutes, and I'm not a fan.
Well, Keith, I mean, what would you say? I mean, if Snoop were sitting right here at this table, what would you tell him?
Well, I had a disagreement with Snoop, I think, a year or two ago. Something he endorsed Rick Caruso.
Did you tell him?
He was supporting Rick Caruso, for mayor of Los Angeles, who I disagree with. And I stated that publicly as well.
That's fair.
You know, I think that a lot of these rappers are not the intellectuals in the community, as Toure was pointing out, but it's also a dishonor to the black community.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at Donald Trump, the man who would refuse to rent to black people in the 1970s, who tried to lead a lynch mob against 5 black and brown kids in the 1980s for the Central Park case, who refused to allow black casino workers to have a prominent place in his casinos in Atlantic City in the 1990s, who spent 5.5 years lying about Barack Obama's birth certificate in the 2000s, who came into office and then attacked black people like Colin Kaepernick, who attacked Ruby Freeman and her daughter Shay Moss for simply doing their jobs as Fulton County election workers. You dishonor those people when you go and perform for this man who has done nothing but dishonor black people. And just last year, he was calling Haitian immigrants, accusing them of eating cats and dogs. This is not somebody that black people should be associated with and pretending to normalize. We should be challenging him. And it dishonors the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., whose birthday we honor on Monday, to celebrate this man.
Okay.
Snoop.
Now, this last guy here was super passionate. Here's the thing. A lot of what he said is absolutely true, right? And no one is going to take that away from the truth of the moment here, right? But the problem here is that, guys, there are a lot of people who specifically do not like Trump and voted Republican. They voted against the Democrat Party. I'm one of these individuals who have never been a super fan of Trump. That's not a thing, guys, even though people tend to perceive that. But the reality of the situation here is that, guys, I just don't like the Democrat Party. And I don't care who's running. I don't care. Listen, it doesn't even matter to me, bro. I would always push against basically every single thing the Democrat Party basically represents and pushes out consistently to the public. I just don't like it. I don't know. Like, there are bits and pieces of what they say is absolutely intriguing to me. I would definitely say that I'm more like a center-ish type of person, even though you guys will argue with me in the comments. But I'm more of a center type of person. I've lived in multiple countries around the world. I've experienced extreme socialism and the opposite, right? I've experienced a good amount of it. And I can definitely tell you that I probably lean internationally on the center. I would say there. I like my guns, but also at the same time, I think people should be able to do whatever they want with their bodies, right? I'm very fiscally conservative, absolutely, but socially I'm moderately different, pretty much large scale, I would say. And that's just me off of YouTube. That's just me speaking to you guys candidly and things like that. But I'm not a fan of the American Democrat Party at all. I don't like the establishment. That's not for me. They don't have anything for the citizens, guys. I'm definitely down for some type of populist to come in out of nowhere and be like, hey, listen, we're going to go ahead and fix things, right? Just give us some type of hope that we are going to completely wipe out, let's say, the establishment aspect of the United States government. If we can just get rid of that completely, fix healthcare, these type of things. I just need some type of drastic change because this is absolutely insane. And the Democrat Party are just like, for example, Kamala was asked on The View. That was when I knew I was basically done with her. She went on The View. She did an interview. She spoke about, someone asked her actually, so what changes are you going to do? And she's like, basically nothing. Everything's going to stay the same. But are you serious? Everything's going to stay the same? You lost me. Listen, if you don't offer me some type of drastic change, I'm not going to sit here and promote it. At all. That's not a thing, guys. We're not running through the Obama aspect of the United States of America again, where everyone votes for some type of change and there's nothing that happens. Not a single thing happens. We don't get better deals. Immigration was actually not terrible under Obama at all. He was basically considered the deporter in chief, right? That is the reality of the situation here. But we just need some type of change, and that's the only thing I care about. I care about not things not being as expensive as they are, even though I don't know how we're going to fix this, but if you say you're going to do it, I'm going to back you on that. If you say you're going to go ahead and fix the concept of illegal immigration, I'm down for that also. I have no problem, and this is where the contradiction happens here. I have no problem at all with asylum seekers. None. And I mean actual asylum seekers, like refugees. I've never had a problem with it ever. At all. I think that if you come to the United States of America, you should come in a legal manner, and asylum seekers are coming in an illegal manner, except for the ones who are committing asylum fraud, and that's at the rate of 80 to 90%. So the individuals that have come in, said that they're seeking asylum at 80 to 90%, 80 to 90% need to go, bro. The ones who are actually here because their government is persecuting them, they can stay. That's it. That's kind of where I'm at. I think I just explained it all, I think, potentially, right? I'm all over the place. I do think that everyone should kind of be all over the place and never get stuck into party loyalty. I am not party loyal at all. I may want a Democrat mayor and a Republican governor. Listen, you never know out here. If you say the right things and you represent the right things, I don't care your party. I care what you're saying. I care your message, right? But all right, listen. And I don't like the concept of like ending babies' lives. I'm not really a fan of it. Some people are. They generally are Democrat. So that kind of messes with me. So once you say that, immediately you lost me there too. Definitely. Because I care about like voting for what my family, what's going to affect my family. I don't loan my vote out to anyone or anyone's cause. If it has nothing to do with my household, I'm not gonna vote for it. No chance. No chance. And don't mess with my guns. We're fine. But how do you find a perfect candidate like that? I don't know, bro. I don't know, because like my wife's not gonna delete babies and things like that. We have a kid. So that's not gonna happen. So we're not gonna vote for it. It's wild, right? Things are expensive, so who's gonna go ahead and help out with the economy? All right, we're down for it, guys. But anything else? I'm sorry, that may seem like I'm all over the place, and I know I sound like that, I think. But I'm super honest. I'd rather just say what it is immediately, so you guys know. And there's no like confusion here. I've never said I was a super fan of Trump. I just don't like the Democrats. So the reality of the situation. But all right. But he's in here now, so that's a good thing, I guess, right? So hey. But all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. The fact that you just made it to the end of the video says a whole lot, actually. We have a couple other channels. MrLboyd Music, MrLboyd Movie Reacts, along with MrLboyd Discusses, where I just generally speak about the things that specifically matter to me. But in the meantime, I'll catch you guys later.